Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel here on Jake's Gardening. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a general update over our garden. There have been some mishaps because of the hail. It's been quite frequent. We even had snow this morning. I mean, snow in May, and I live in a hot place. That's ridiculous. Well, anyway, before we get started, I would like you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you like the video, just hit the like button too. Well, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section below. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Okay, so right here you can see the only remaining tomato plants that actually look fairly decent. The codlin leaves came off in the hailstorm. They do look pretty good though. I'm pretty happy. This one's the black crimson tomato. These ones are the yellow cherry. They came up in an awkward position. I planted them in the middle, but for some reason they came up in the side. That's kind of weird. Two of the cauliflower plants here and there died because of the hail. Is that what I think it is? Looks like we got another tomato sprout coming up. Ooh, nice. Oh, looks like it's a little kinked. Well, nothing we can do about it. Let's just see what happens. And in here, we have a pepper, our first pepper plant that decided to come up, and another tomato. There's that one, and then there's that one with a missing codlin leaf, and then there's that one. The rest of them died though. So that's what's up with everything else besides my pumpkins. My pumpkins are doing great, which is probably because they had a greenhouse covering them. But what I do have, the tomatoes I do have, well, except for the ones in the tote, they're doing pretty good. They look pretty good, and I hope I get some delicious tomatoes off them. My corn is doing much better now. As you can see, all along, all over the beds, there's a whole ton of corn. Pretty much every single seed came up, it looks like. That's awesome. You can see the same thing over there, and then there, and then in this bed's the only exception. There's only a few corn came up in this one, like there and over there, but that's all I can see in that bed. That's kind of unfortunate. And then here, as you can see in my pumpkin patch, I have walking boards laid out so I don't compact the whole ground out where my vines are going to come and grow. I'm going to have a greenhouse that's going to be set up around where my plants are. They're going to be at the back, and their vines are going to trail along here, and I'll probably have a pumpkin here or here. And hopefully I win the New Mexico state record. But that's a pretty far cry. And then over here behind me, there are my pumpkin plants and my exhaust fan over here and the heat lamp. So yeah, that's pretty much my setup. And then I have this window that I put here to block the entrance for the nighttime. And then I have this heat lamp on a timer because I kept forgetting to turn it off, and it got a little bit hot in the greenhouse because I didn't come out till like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was like 90 degrees, not like 90 to 100 degrees in here, and the plants were wilting kind of. That wasn't a good thing. So, if you're wondering, the time that I have the heat lamp set on is to come on at 8 o'clock in the evening, and it turns off at 7 in the morning. Those are the times when it usually is around colder than 60 degrees. You don't want it to get colder than 60 degrees for your plants, then they don't grow really good. So make sure if you're growing giant pumpkin plants or even normal pumpkin plants, just keep them kind of warm. If you're not trying to go giant, just put a tote over the lid. A tote over the plant, and that should keep them kind of warm for the nighttime so they don't get too cold. And my watermelons have not come up yet. I wonder why. I even put mulch over the top so they wouldn't dry out, and they're not drying out. And then right here are my pumpkin plants. I don't know why, but for some reason this one, it's just not doing so good. I mean, it was fine at first. They were both about the same size when I put them in the ground. And then there was this leaf that had some leaf burn over here and back there. And then there was that leaf. I'm unsure whether it's heat burn or nutrient burn. I'm pretty sure it's not nutrient burn because I've been fertilizing them according to what the soil tests recommend. When I said that the nitrogen was really high, I had no idea. It's actually really low. Everything else is pretty much perfect except for the calcium and potassium. Those are pretty high. I won't be fertilizing with that for probably a month or two until I pollinate the pumpkin on the vine. But as you can see here with this one, it's gotten pretty massive. From that leaf tip to that leaf tip right there, it's probably 1.5 feet wide. And this leaf here is the biggest one. It dwarfs my hand. This is a massive plant. It's far better than the one last year. And you can still see the hail damage. This leaf has grown bigger since then. I didn't know it would grow anymore, but look how, okay. I just wanted to get you a little closer look. But look how thick that stalk is, that main vine. Look, it's like as long as from the middle of my finger to the fingertip. That's a massive, massive, real thick vine. And then it's got the tendrils, and then there's, pull back the leaf, the vine tip, it's coming out. Just a massive plant for this stage. Normally, this one would be not much bigger than that one at this stage of its growth. It's just a massive plant. I'm very impressed. So you know how remember how I told you about a week ago in my last update that from that corner of the greenhouse to that corner is 4 feet? It might have been understating when I said only 1.5 feet from there to there. I'm very happy with this plant. Y'all are probably a little not very interested in me just yapping on about my pumpkins. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my garden. It's doing much better than last year, which is why I went into my hiatus from YouTube. I was terrified to show my face because my pumpkin, the giant pumpkin plant that I had last year, the main vine was about 4 feet long. I was just about to do an update when all of a sudden a really bad windstorm hit and killed my plant. That's why I stopped. But I did grow some really good watermelons last year. It was awesome. I wish I'd continued my YouTube channel. Maybe I'd have 100 subscribers by now. I don't know. Well, anyway, that's enough with that. Please subscribe, like the video, like I said in the beginning. And with that, I'll leave you with that.